Hello everybody. As I told you before, I joined the Elkia server. I've been on that server this time right from the beginning. In the beginning you mine, which did not work so perfect, but see yourself. So after the first day on the server, I was probably the second in the death on the server statistics, but not so successful in mining. I had no diamonds, only some redstone, some lapis, some coal and some iron, a little bit of gold. I found myself a small home to have shelter for the night. I found some dogs to protect me, but still that was the basis from which I started out. So let me show you what I ended up building in Spawn Town. So you see, there's been a lot of building going on in Spawn Town. This is where I began to build my house. A small cove on the hillside with a large balcony. That was what I began with. But it turned out to become bigger and bigger, so we have a nice entrance and a dormitory on the first level, which actually is the top level now, because I started building down instead of upwards. We have a small storage, which is all full, which I finally found an ice spikes biome. I have the goodies from mining. As you can see, I'm good with diamonds now. I have a full enchanted gear with mending on every single bit. All those mending books come from that AFK fishing farm, which really did me a good job. Down here we have all the manual labor farms for potatoes, carrots, wheat, beetroot, pumpkins, melons, everything you need food-wise. We have a kind of a chicken farm, sheep of all 16 colors. I found some cats in the jungle biome. We have rabbits in here. We have at the far ends, I think it's cows here and pigs up there. I have a I have a portal, of course. I have a tree farm for the different types of trees where I manually grow them. Well, I put them and wait until they are grown and then cut them down, and with a button over here turn on water so all the drops of the saplings are collected. We have a cactus farm, some windows leading outwards. Since my portal is so close to everyone else and the spawn area, and actually on the tunnel to the end, many of my colleagues ended up in my base. They call it the Hobbit cave, so that's obviously the look of it and the feel of it. I like it. That is the farm for the 3 types of tall trees. So we are good at that. We have the cacao beans, we have a little bit of wines. We have a small, not so good working farm for however they are called. We just push a button and then the water collects them. But as you can see, one always gets stuck in here. It's not terrible, but I think I should fix it somehow. We have a smaller one even for the chorus flowers to replant it. And here the access to the bottom of the tree farm. There is still some space in here to work with. There's an access going further down here where I have a skeleton grinder because I ran into a... no, not here. A skeleton spawner. I have a zombie spawner that I still have to transform into a functioning farm, but the skeleton one works pretty well because you don't see what's happening inside. That is where they go up and then fall down to their death here. I used her quite a lot. Well, not quite a lot, but at least I have 2 full chests. I think I should make 1 overnight session in here. The server keeps pushing me out if I do AFK sessions too long, but I think it's because I have problems with my Wi-Fi at the moment, because no one else complained about problems like this. And I found a little bit away from my base a slime chunk and started to build a combined slime and hostile mob farm. At the moment it's mostly a slime farm. She's not connected to the system upwards, but she does collect enough slime for me and some to give it to other people. And that's one thing that is very different on that server from the servers I played before, that there's not really an economy going on, so people do not grind things to sell them in a market. There is not even a market. I started to set up a store, but people don't use it because it's just not part of the community, and actually I like it that way. If you need something, you usually ask if someone has it, and then you meet somewhere and either you buy it or he just gives it to you for free. But so everything is more based on community projects, doing things together. So that's really a bonus. Well, I can show you my little store that I have as part of my house. You see, store of goods, not very well equipped, but nothing in the payment box. So that's about the progress I made in Spawn. I'll show you some footage of when we fought the Ender Dragon, because that was the first big thing to do together as a group. I think we gathered up with like 10 or 11 people. I managed to survive. I managed to raid one of those end cities. Since I was not the first, I did not get the Elytra and I have not found one yet. But I managed to get 2 shulker boxes at least, which for me actually was the main purpose because I'm not so much of a flyer. I was not so successful in fighting the dragon. I helped with taking down some of the crystals, but then I aggroed some of the endermen and was busy surviving, but have a look yourself. I finally decided to go back, I found all the stuff of one of my colleagues who obviously fell when entering or returning from the island, don't know. So I decided to pick it up for him so he can keep it. All in all, I think it was quite a successful trip to the end, even though I did not get an elytra. I had fun. Besides struggling with the Enderman during the dragon fight, everyone else had a lot of fun too, so I think it was a good thing for the server to develop. If you wonder why I did not record more of my building the house and the small farms I built, I think it's not too spectacular and it's not where I want this season to go to. I think I should concentrate more on the community builds I do, on things where we work together on the server, so that's my plan at least for that series. If you have different ideas, just tell me. So I could maybe think about throwing in some tutorials for the farms I build in between, so you see the farm and can at least learn how to build it, if I think she's different from what you find on YouTube anyway. But that's everything I have time for today. So I hope you enjoyed that episode. If so, leave me a comment or a like. If you like it a lot, maybe subscribe. If not, leave me a dislike, or better, tell me what you would improve if you were in my place. See you next time. Bye bye.